Hello all, hope you're having a good day today. A nice tale here, bringing you a summary of a knife I've done a review on. The full review will be linked in the description. This is the QSP Penguin, and my experience with QSP has not been great. I'm going to start off this video mentioning that. I've got like 4 knives from them, and this is the only one I kept because the other 3 were horrifying. In fact, one of the worst knives I've ever gotten was from QSP. The other worst knife I've ever gotten was from Microtex. And that was recent. That was the SOCOM Shadow. That one still hurts. I like that knife. But the other worst knife that probably was the most dangerous knife I've ever gotten was from QSP. It was a Hawk, and it was just horrifying. Even the scales weren't finished. I don't know what the heck was going on with that one. But QSP has not been exactly my favorite one because, well, I've only gotten those 4 knives from them because they were all terrible. This is the only one that managed to stick around. It probably shouldn't have, but it did. It has somehow, I will give it credit, to its credit, it has improved with time. After I made some slight fixes to it. And had to disassemble and reassemble and play with it for a while. I'd actually say it's even a little bit better now than it was in the original review, which, so I'll give it credit. It's improving, kind of. But, yeah, what are we looking at here? We're looking at D2 blade steel right there. D2. QSP logo up there. I don't mind their branding, honestly. It's small. It's out of the way. It looks fine. The knife is popular. It's a good model. It's a good, decent enough design. It's a little bit small for my hands. I feel a little bit cramped in here to get my full grip on there. But you can definitely sort of go up and above and a little bit over and still be pretty darn comfortable. So I'm not going to complain. There are a lot of variants of this knife. There's a new one, in fact, that actually looks very interesting. I'm almost tempted to check it out if I feel like a glutton for punishment and want to see once again whether I roll the dice and it bites me. That's the other thing. QSP knives have bitten me more than most knives. I don't know why. This one, when I first got it, would always jump down for some reason when I disengaged it, and it like trying to nick me. The Hawk, of course, is the bad one, and that one cut pretty deep into my finger because it had some issues. But you can watch the full review. I do talk about that Hawk. That thing was a nightmare. Had the 6 scales weren't finished. All kinds of shit. But we're talking about this, the Penguin. It's a small, compact knife with a sheep's foot blade it's a D2 tool steel. It's not corrosion resistant, really. But as you can see, I have had mine, and I haven't exactly taken super care of it other than wiping off the blade, and I don't really have any rust on there, so it's fine. It's not the thinnest behind the edge, but it is a slicer. It's almost a full flat grind, well, pretty close to it. And it does need a new edge, but it does cut decently well. Partially because it is acceptable geometry, partially because just that straight edge sheep's foot design is usually pretty good for pushing through things. Overall, the design's good, and I can see why it's popular. It's a simple knife, and they've done different steels. They've done did I say button lock? I think there is a button lock version of this, but there's a slip joint version. The new one is a sliding take on the crossbar lock. There's large, there's minis, there's all kinds of things. Premium. I don't know why you'd want a premium one of these, but if you do, it's there. This particular one has they call this, I think, denim micarta. It's kind of gotten dark and lost. And it's not really blue. It's like blue-ish, slate gray, kind of. I don't know. It hasn't also like worn in a lot. Like you can kind of see a lot of difference. It's only worn in some areas. It's an odd micarta. It's good. It feels nice. It's finished nice. It's behaved weirdly over time. Not what I was expecting. It didn't wear in quite the way I was expecting or anything. It is a liner lock with full steel liners. There is some jimping on the button. What am I saying today? On the today, every time I turn on the camera, pretty much. I'm not getting better. The liner and the lock bar is jimped here. I don't particularly like jimping on lock bar. I prefer just a simple chamfer. But there is definitely enough access to it that it's easily disengaged, so I'm not complaining too much, and this one isn't too aggressive that it's uncomfortable, but I find that whenever you jimp these lock bars, you're creating hot spots, basically. I mean, you're going to come in contact with the apex of this jimping first, and you're usually going to have to push a little bit harder into it to get the rest of the lock bar to move. You start feeling a little bit. You do. I'm not a fond of that, but it's not bad here. This knife is on phosphor bronze washers. There are many variants now. I think they come with a variant that comes on bearings, but they have Teflon and phosphor bronze in the packaging. I think that's the new thing that just came out, along with the Glide Lock crossbar one. A just plain one with bearings, basically. It's relatively small. It's like a 3-inch blade. Let's just quick refresh. Yeah, it's about a 3-inch blade. So it's a small, compact knife that is definitely got a lot going for it in terms of utility for just general day-to-day EDC usage. Blade shape's just a good one. I'm not 100% sure why they called it a Penguin, but who cares, right? Lanyard hole, pocket clip, rear-mounted reversible pocket clip. I mean, this is super deep clarity. This is a great way to do pocket clips. We need to see this more often. And this pocket clip, despite having a rather large upturn, is really good. Like, this is a great pocket clip. You do feel that upturn, so it could be a little bit if you really grip into it. But for the most part, and your standard grips, I don't feel it that much, or really almost at all. And it works great. Like, this is good. This is nice. The only problem is they did not flatten the screws, or button screws under there, which is a bit of a shame because they had an opportunity to do almost perfectly flat screws with this thing. But alas, not so much. The action is middling. It's super relatively cheap even for budget. Phosphor bronze action, right? It's tight, it's smooth-ish, mostly. It's pretty smooth. It's gotten pretty smooth. It wasn't necessarily super great in the beginning, but it wasn't great in the beginning overall. This thing has finally almost sort of centered up. It's still a little off-center. It won't center, basically. It's cockeyed a little bit in there. When I first got it, I think there was a burr on was it the lock bar or the face of the blade? I don't remember. Or lock face of the blade, I should say. It was gritty. It was kooky. There were, if I remember correctly, two. First of all, there was phosphor bronze washers, and then there was like a plastic, like, it looked like a Teflon washer, but it was too thin. It was clearly just like the backing that they have on the washers that was somehow still on the washers. And on one side, there were two washers with the Teflon in between them, or the backing in between them. So that kind of screwed up the pivot, I think, in mine a little bit. It's made it really difficult to center. It's made it really have some weird action for a while. Like I said, it's improved. I'll give credit where credit is due. I mean, it's taken a long while, but it has definitely improved and sort of settled into itself. I don't think there's any play right now. No, I managed to get it set at a really good spot here. And I mean, you can even reverse flick this thing with the washers. It's not a super satisfying reverse flick. It is a little bit, draggy, but if you give it a little bit, it definitely works. They did give long enough, good enough thumb studs to get sort of leverage. That's the other thing this one does. It likes popping out and stopping, and my finger tends to go right into the edge. This knife just likes trying to cut me. But while there's no chamfers down here, as I was saying about the thumb studs, they're long enough that you can get some good leverage and it will throw. Plunge grind is abysmal, but the stop pin is not in a place because they did, I have to admit, one of my favorite things, the tang nub, to act as a place where they can put a stop pin without getting it close to the edge, which is great design. If the plunge grind was half as good, that would be a great thing, but you can cut in your own. I haven't bothered. I haven't sharpened this knife yet, even though I've had it for like a couple years. I don't use it very much because I don't love it, but it is an interesting knife. I have beat the crap out of the tip. It is gone. Jimping is not functional. Honestly, I see what could be here, and I think that if you get a good one, that's one thing, but I've had 4 fails in QC, right? So this knife is cheap, relatively cheap, but you're taking a shot every time, basically. I can't say that I necessarily trust them to get it right, but I know a lot of people like QSP, and a lot of people have had good experience with QSP, and the Penguin is popular for a reason. Oh, I did have a slip joint variant of this knife once. That knife was actually good. I did get rid of it because I'm not a slip joint guy, but that knife actually was pretty good. I won that from something, and I get in and it's kind of like, okay, yeah, this is fine. It works. It had a very strong pull because it was, you know, big, thick blade, chunky, big thing for, like, it was basically the same. It might have actually been even a little bit wider than this. It was a chunky slip joint, but yeah, it was good. So I'll give it to them. They did get that one right. So when they hit it, I'm sure they can be quite good, and clearly they can hit it. I'm just getting unlucky. There are some issues with this, but I think this knife came out at around $30 when it originally... I don't know if it's gone up. It probably has. $30, yeah, sure, fine. It's a fine knife. If it's at like $40 now, you can probably do better. Not including, of course, the variants, like the lock bar crossbar one. Of course, that's going to be more. There's more going on. It's probably different. The bigger one, sure, yeah. Variants notwithstanding. Base model, $30 it's a beater. And it's fine. But, which is a hell of a lot better than I probably said in my review, if I remember correctly. But, hey. I guess it's finally reached that point where it's like, yeah, this is acceptable. Ish, which is not ideal, but whatever. QSP, Penguin, summary, over, like, subscribe, comment. See ya, go away, end of story, right? Bye-bye.